Hi, welcome to another live in this yoga group. I'm today focusing on the area of the back because this is an area that obviously if you sit at a desk a lot, or even if you don't, even if you move around a lot, sometimes your back can get really affected, but yeah, especially important for people that sit all day and probably hunch or kind of don't sit very well. So I get so many people come to yoga classes for this very reason. Doctors send people to yoga to help their backs, but there are, it's not always the best solution for everybody. But generally, if you do go to a regular yoga class and move your spine, then you are very less likely to have trouble with your back. So really, what's to remember about the spine is that it should be moving in all directions. So the spine is meant to move forwards, as like forward flexion. We're supposed to back bend, it moves back. Maybe not very much for most, but it does move back. Side flexion, so leading to the side, and then also twist. So there's all the different movements of the spine. And if you do attend regular yoga classes, you should be doing all of these in your classes. A good yoga teacher would make sure of that. Spine health is extremely important, and obviously that's exactly what yoga should do for your spine, is move it in all directions. So the other thing to really consider is your posture, okay? So posture generally amongst the general population isn't great, obviously. So we tend to, I just turn to the side, we tend to sit forward like this, especially when on phones or on computers, and we also, we don't tend to sit up straight. So if you can see, I'm kind of leaning back a bit here to make my spine straight. That's just a really, really not a very comfortable position for most people. So a good way to test whether you've got good posture or not is to just kind of sit in an easy seated position, like a cross-legged, if that's easy for you, or you can have your legs out like this. And just look at where you naturally sit, okay? So you want to be here, with a straight spine. If that's hard for you to do, if you find yourself naturally just sitting back like this and it's really difficult to sit up straight, then you've got bad posture. So you need a block or something to sit on when doing some of these exercises. I would just really, really focus on having a straight spine throughout all yoga class. All of the classes that I put on here, straight spine is really, really key. So if you need to sit on something, if you haven't got blocks like yoga blocks, get a book or something similar. So you can sit up tall and straight. So the posture should always be as if somebody is pulling you up from the crown of your head and your shoulders are relaxed. Okay, so straight spine, chin is tucked in slightly so that your so that the neck is in line with the spine. The top of the spine is straight as well. So we're not looking back or too far forward. It's in a straight line. And we're rooting down through our sit bones, and just pulling up. So if you imagine the vertebrae are pulling apart slightly, and that's really good as well for the spine, is to kind of pull them in that direction. So okay, so there's a bit of background. We're going to move into some really simple yoga now, nothing too strenuous, or just wanted to make it suitable for everybody, so that you can just really see how the spine should move and what you should be looking for in a yoga class. So okay, so just as always, just take a few moments to kind of settle into these four walls. So close the eyes for a minute, take an inhale through the nose, and exhale through the mouth. And again, inhale Fill the lungs, and then exhale completely. One more. And exhale. And just keep the eyes closed for a minute and go to your yoga breathing, which we've been doing for the last few weeks. So it's an in count of 4 and a count out of 4 as well. So trying to keep the inhale and the exhale the same length. So breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Breathing out, 2, 3, 4. In, out. In, out. Breathe in, feel the chest rise. And breathe out. Breathing in. And out. Now breathing in. And on the exhale, just pay attention to how the back side of your body feels. And the inhale, imagine the breath moving upwards. On the exhale, imagine it moving down the spine. Breathing in up and out down. Just notice any tension in the back, anything you can feel, often in the lower back for many people, anything that's going on for you. Maybe it's in the shoulders, maybe you've got tension in the shoulders. Just notice how that area feels generally for you today. Okay, so now taking another deep inhale and exhale, open the eyes. And we're going to start by, again, just checking in with our posture, sitting up tall and straight. And the first thing we're going to do is just walk the hands forward. So on the fingertips, walking the hands forward. You could be sitting on your block still, or you might want to take it away for this bit. Moving the arms forward as far as they can go, leading with the chest, so not rounding down, we're opening and lifting the chest as we go. And then we'll take a big inhale when we get here, and on the exhale, let the head drop down. Inhale, exhale, round down. Another inhale, exhale, just round down over your legs. Inhale and exhale down. And then this time we're going to walk our hands over to the right. So walking the hands all the way over to face the right knee. Take a big inhale. Exhale, round down. Just feeling that in the left lower back. Slight stretch. Inhale. Exhale, round down. Next inhale, walk the fingers all the way back to the other side. Big inhale. Exhale, round down. Just feeling the stretch on the right side this time. And then just slowly come back up to centre. Take the hands either side of you. And then we're going to do a side flexion. So taking the left arm up and over and reaching to the right side. Look up to the ceiling and stretch down the side of the body. Breathing in and out. Come back to centre, breathe in up and breathe out down. Looking up. Again, side flexion. And come back up to centre. Now taking the right hand to the left knee, we're going to twist the body round to look over the left shoulder. So twisting the spine now, just very gently to begin with. Breathing deeply. And then on the next exhale, just keep the body where it is and turn the head back to look over the right shoulder. So the body's twisted, but the head is moving back round. And then coming back to centre, left hand to right knee, looking over the right shoulder. twisting through the spine. I've got my fingertips pushing into the ground behind me. My spine straight, as if somebody's pulling me up from the crown of my head again. Deep breaths. And then keep your body where it is and twist the head round to look over the left shoulder. Breathing in. And then coming back to the centre. And then we'll come onto my mat, because we're going to come onto my knees now, so come into all fours. Okay, hands directly underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. And we're just going to do some flexion or forward and backwards. So I'm flexing my spine all the way down, and then I'm curving it all the way back up. And down, looking up to the ceiling with a big in-breath, and out-breath down, curving it all the way back down. Breathing up. Breathe that down. Breathing up. And down. Keep this going for a few minutes. Try to synchronise the breath and the movements of breathing in, up, and down. And the spine the other way. Breathing in, up. Looking up to the ceiling. Breathing out all the way down. Breathing up. Breathe that down. And now we're going to sit back towards our heels and reach our arms out in front of us in extended child's pose, reaching the hands as far forward as you can, and then just sort of sliding them back towards you and letting the head drop down. Big inhale, exhale. And now coming back up, and then now we're going to dip our chest down and bend our elbows down towards the floor and bring our chin to the floor. See if you can sort of rest here, curving the spine downwards. So, sorry about that. Coming down, lifting the hands either side of the breastbone, pushing through the hands, looking forward. Breathe in. So we're just lifting the very top half of our torso. And hold. And then push back down to all fours again. And we're going to curl the toes under this time and come into down dog. So down dog is creating a V shape with our body, pushing the heels down and pushing the head down towards the floor. So feel the stretch down the backs of the legs. And again, we're pushing the hands away from us in one direction and their bottom in the other direction, so that we're elongating the spine. Again, so pulling vertebrae apart. Almost. Hold. And then we're going to roll through this now. I'm going to roll forwards and come into a high plank. Okay? So this is obviously a core strength exercise. So holding this high plank, you obviously need a strong core to do that. And make sure that you're not dipping down or up too high. You're in a straight line. And obviously strengthening the core is very, very beneficial for the back. So we focus on core strength when we're working on our backs as well. So, okay, from here, bring the knees down, tops of the feet down, and bring our chest down to the floor again, curving, like kind of sticking our bottom in the air, curving the spine down, and then we're going to push the legs back again and come into that low back bend, a baby cobra. So push. So you can push through the hands and just lift up in the cobra, or you can try to strengthen the back by lifting the hand and holding, pushing down through the pelvis into the floor. And then coming back through all fours, curl the toes under again, come back into down dog, and then push the hands away from you, so elongating the spine, hands in one direction, bottom in the other, so the spine is being stretched out. Coming back down to all fours, and then bring the chest down between the hands, and pushing through to cobra again, lifting up from the chest. Okay, coming back fours, pushing back to down dog. And this time we're going to walk our feet forward in down dog and find a forward fold. Okay, so you might find that forward fold isn't that comfortable for you. If it's not, just if it's hurting your hamstrings, just bend your knees, let your head drop over your over your legs. So try to squish your belly towards your thighs. And if you're more flexible, you can straighten the legs and just let your head and hands and arms drop down. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just notice when you're going through these back bends and side flexions and twists, if anything aggravates your back, you know, obviously if there's any pain at all, you should stop. Take your elbows now and just swing gently from side to side. We don't advocate any kind of pain in yoga, so just notice if it's kind of not feeling good, then just ease off for sure. And but you know, unless you take yourself through, bend the knees now, slowly roll up, unless you take yourself through this kind of sequence, moving the spine in lots of different directions, you may never really kind of know or get to the bottom of what it is in your own body that is actually wrong. If you have back pain, it might just be something that you don't pay much attention to. So it's a really good thing to do, to move through some slow exercises like this to locate the source of the pain, in fact. So, okay, so standing with your feet together now, palms turned out to the side, bring your arms up, bring into a prayer above you, and take a pistol grip with your fingers, reaching up as tall as you can, straight spine, and then we're going to take a big in-breath, and on the out-breath we're going to flex to the side. Okay. Take a couple of deep breaths here, and then breathe in up, and breathe out, flex to the opposite side. And let's do one more on each side, breathing in up, and breathe out down. Breathe in up, breathe out down. And I'm going to turn to the side now, but you stay where you are, just to demonstrate. So reaching up as high as we can, making sure our bum isn't sticking out, curling the pelvis under, look up, and then draw a line on the ceiling with your fingertips and bend back slightly. Back bends aren't that comfortable for everyone, and if it hurts at all, don't do it. Just do whatever feels good for you today, okay? So taking a back bend, you need core strength to hold yourself here as well, so it may not be available to everyone. So coming back up, and then we're going to bend forwards. So drawing the line down the wall in front of you now, keeping the head in line with the arms, and then coming into a right angle, okay? You might want to engage the muscles on the thighs to hold you here. Inhale, and on the next exhale we're going to lower our hands down to the floor. I'm going to take you through, just wiggle from side to side if that feels nice. So yeah, what we're really doing here, like I said, moving the spine in all different directions. So from here I'm going to take a step back with my right foot, okay, bring my knee down to the floor and come into kind of a lunge. So bring my hands up onto my knee, into a lunge. There's a nice hip stretch on the right side. Now your knee can go forward if you feel it doesn't matter if that does happen. It might be just nice to do that to lunge a bit deeper. But you can come up like this if you prefer. Okay, so whichever one feels good for you. And we're going to take a twist now. So I'm going to bring my right elbow to my left knee and take my hands into a prayer. So pushing my hands together, and this elbow acts as a lever to sort of twist me around, and I look over my left shoulder. Twisting round. Okay. And then coming back round, hands either side of the front foot, and straighten the front leg, yeah, and then round down over that leg. So again, don't try to get your head down, keep your head in line with the spine and flex from the lower back. So you may not come down very far at all, but you're aiming to get a belly to thighs, not chest towards your knee. Yeah, so it's just a straight spine movement. And then come back up, and then let's switch sides. So come bring the right leg forward, and then lunge on the other side. Okay. Hands on the knee to begin with, taking the hands into a prayer. Inhale, exhale, left elbow to right knee and looking over the right shoulder. Breathing deeply, pushing the hands together and twisting as deeply as feels good for you. And then coming back round, so bringing the knee, pull the back foot under, and just draw back to plank again. So coming into your plank, as I said, good core strength can support the lower back, support the whole back. Just hold your plank, lower the knees down, push back, and this time we're going to slide the hands forward before the bum reaches the heels and come into this extended puppy pose. So bring the chin down to the floor, looking forward, and then curving the spine down, curving it downwards. And then we'll come through one more time, and this time we'll come into Sphinx pose, which is a bit like the cobra that we did earlier with the hands here, but we're having the elbows underneath the shoulders this time, and pressing the hands down into the floor, pressing the pelvis into the floor, pointing the toes, lifting up, looking forward, and we're kind of almost drawing down with our hands and moving our chest forward, so you feel your back bending more deeply. So I'm drawing forward, chest through, shoulders back. And breathe deeply. Good. That's called Sphinx pose. Okay, come back onto all fours, and then just come back now into a child's pose, rounding the head down to the floor, bring your arms back behind you. And just take a couple of breaths here. Very simple back bends, back arches, side bends, twists. If you can do that every day, do it every day for a couple of weeks. If you've got kind of lower back pain, or especially if it's muscular, it can really, really help just to do that very simple sequence or some of it every day. So give it a try. Thanks for joining me.